There's two sides to every story. The defeat of the pain of the glory. It all burns away. But how did it go so wrong? Now it's all gone. Forget yesterday. It ain't worth the pain. It ain't worth the pain. The pain of remembering.
Welcome everybody to today's stream. How are we all? We today are live with Leon Kennedy. Whoa! Leon Kennedy himself, Apostolides. Don't say it too many times, his last name, or you will get it wrong. We are live on air, guys, in the Dan Allen Studios, back again. And today, well, why don't we head into a new area of the set that's just been built and see how everyone's feeling. Come and join me in the pool area. All right. How are we all? Who have we got in here today? In this lovely evening, we have Filler, Rich, Cat, Killmonger, Tiki, Daniel, Erica, Double Meaty, Titan, John Walker, Carlos, Brent. Need some cough drops still. Yeah, I do. I'm still sick. I mean, it just won't go away. Would you believe it? There's no end in sight. Chris and Leon got to shoot pool there. Now, guys, have you seen Infinite Darkness? Have you watched it? What did you think? Have you seen it over on Netflix? Yeah, look, rounds are on me. What are you drinking? Beer? Lemonade? Coca-Cola? You enjoyed it, Erica? You thought it was awesome? Yeah, 4 episodes. Yeah, that's the only thing. Just 4 episodes, not enough for me. I would have loved to have seen a few more, but I mean, we can't complain. It was a small team that worked on it, from what I know. So, you know what? I think they did a pretty good job for a small team. That's for sure. Now, I need to get this projector set up in this pool room, because this chat, I mean, you can barely read the names. Who set this up? Hey, is the bar manager here? Hey, he's got to fix the projector. He's on it? Okay. He's on it. Hey, I'm an Uncharted fan, as you can tell by the statue to my immediate right. My right, your left. I am a big Uncharted fan. Don't ask me why it's in the pool room, but you know what? We don't make the rules up, apparently. We don't make the rules up here now. It felt a little bit short, but I liked what I saw. John, you liked it? Baron, what's up, brother? How are you? You haven't seen it, Kira. Anything with Leon and Claire is a win for me. I know what you mean. I do know what you mean. Who changed the track? Yeah, John. What's going on in here? I mean, there's no one in this area. Dan, what's your favorite Resident Evil character? That's a good one. My favorite Resident Evil character. I'm gonna have to say it is Lady Dimitrescu. You're simply the best. Oh, Jesus. Maybe not my favorite, but she's up there. That's for sure. She's up there. Hi, Dan. And chat, love the background. Can I have a strawberry margarita? Yeah. Let me just work on that. Order up. Thank you very much. Enjoy your strawberry margarita. Greetings from Finland. It's 2 a.m. and I'm tired, but I'm still watching this. Jekka, you are a legend and you've chosen the right way to spend 2 a.m. in Finland. I need to go to Finland one day. I'd love to go. I never got into Uncharted. Are you serious, Killmonger? What was it about Uncharted that you didn't get into? 1 a.m. double bloggers. Where are you from, mate? BNAM AK-47. Hello. The Redfield Bloodline must continue at all costs, even if I'm the one that has to do even if I'm the one that has to do it. Nick Apostolides, subscribe. It took you a while, Nick. Yeah, you're watching, but you're not even in the Zoom call. Hey, Nick. Took your freaking time, mate. Hey. My thoughts on Infinite Darkness, I really enjoyed it. I had it at a 7 out of 10. Bit short for me, but really enjoyed the performances from Steph and Nick and some of the characterization there. Jason, ending was a little bit flat for me. Overall, in the right direction. Small team, great animation, nice little story. I think it worked well. Just wanted to see more, like a lot of you. Just wanted to see more, but it was a one step in the right direction. And Nick, I'll take a filthy vodka martini. Kettle 1, 5 olives. Thanks. Hey. You got to come in first. You got to come in first, man. We're not serving drinks to outsiders just yet. Come on in. Take a seat, Nick. And shit. Favorite villain in Resident Evil? Man, they've got some great villains in that series. I tell you what. Halber Wesker, Nemesis, Mr. X, all the new villains, Lady D, Heisenberg. It's fantastic. Hey, Dan and Leon, all the love from the Netherlands. Great to have you here. What time is it in the Netherlands over there? I don't know, maybe too many puzzles. Or it wasn't violent. Okay, for Uncharted. Yeah, right. Let's settle this. RE2 safe music or Code Veronica safe music? Code Veronica safe music, eh? That's a tough one. That's a real tough one. I think maybe 2 just sniggles it out for me. 2 I really love. Alright guys, without further ado, I hope you enjoy my chat today with Nick. Please leave all your questions in the chat. And for those watching not live, I love you as well. Let's get into it, hey?
Never gotten clearance to land that fast before. You must be special.
Leon?
Claire?
Could you take a look at something? A little boy drew them. I can't get anyone to go on record. Doesn't that look a lot like Raccoon City?
I gotta go. Don't do anything stupid.
Hey, Leon. That outfit doesn't suit you.
Let's get the president to the bunker. Anything even remotely hostile gets a headshot.
Everybody, please welcome our guest for this evening. He needs no introduction. Nick Apostolides.
Filthy martini, my friend. Is that ready yet?
How do you?
Great background you got there. It's really something. I've never seen anything quite like it.
I was gonna say, do you like the new set?
I do actually. Yeah, it's pretty sweet.
Okay, thank you. We got your approval. How have you been,
Yeah,
brother?
what's up, everybody? Yeah, I've been I kept seeing all his comments like, didn't we just have one of these with Nick? And I was like, you know what? I think we just did.
Hey,
it wasn't too long ago, was it? Back in what, May? Was it late May?
You can never get enough of Dan and Nick, eh? Two buddies hanging out.
Can never get enough. Yeah. How's everybody doing today? How are you doing, Dan?
I'm doing well, man. But besides, I'm a little bit sick, under the weather still. Unfortunately, I need some of that.
You're running yourself ragged. You've been working your ass off. You need to rest a little bit.
Yeah, something like that. But at least it's not COVID or anything like that. I'm all good. But how have you been, mate?
Things are getting really busy. We're starting to have this little like second wave now of things starting to shut down again. But the past few months have been pretty wild in a really fun way. A lot of projects happening, and of course we had the release of the series, and that was a fun time. So Stephanie and I are now getting back to doing some signings and everything. So it's been pretty fun and exciting.
Yeah. But how is it to get back into the signings after a little bit?
It's great. I mean, we always love connecting with the fans that way. Doing that live, it really it throws my brain for a loop. I don't know how these people do it all the time, but it's like to look at chat. It's kind of like streaming, but you also want to get everything right. And just today, I was going over like all of the duo prints that we've had, a couple hundred, and I'm making sure that all the names are right, all the numbers are right, all the dedications are right. If the Sharpie didn't run, it's a bit of a business, but it's great fun, and people have a fun time on the stream, and so that's what matters the most.
So how do you feel you finally got this show out there? And it's been a long time coming. I think last time you came on, you said it was 2 years ago you shot this thing.
Oh yeah. We shot that back in 2019 in Japan, and you've got to keep your mouth shut that whole time. So yeah, it's not the funnest part of the job, keeping zipped up, but once you get to release it, it makes it makes all that wait worthwhile, you know.
You weren't giving me anything last time about this show. You were not going to let anything slip. I don't blame you.
That's part of the job.
It's part of the job. You're a trustworthy man. You wouldn't even let that it was 4 episodes or anything. So how did it feel when you finally watched it with Steph the other day with the Oreos in hand?
That was it was a really special night. I know you just had her on yesterday, was it?
Yeah, a couple of days ago. Yeah.
She probably told you the same thing. You know, we're sitting on the couch, and we have all our snacks laid out before us, and we're about to hit play, and we just looked at each other. We had a nice moment of just like, here we are, like we did it again. And those moments don't happen often, you know, these big releases, only a few good times in your life, really. And so that was it. We wanted to really appreciate it and really cherish that night. And it was a good time, you know, and we high-fived each other, we hugged each other, we said, let's fucking watch this, let's do it, after all this time. So it was really special.
Did you watch it all back to back, all 4?
Of course, took like 25 minutes.
I
haven't heard one complaint that it was too short, not one.
Oh yeah, right, yeah. I was gonna say, how did you find the show? Like, because you know you're the main character in the show. Is it hard to not be biased? Yeah,
it's coming from a really different perspective because I was in it, but don't forget that I've been a fan of Resident Evil since 1998, and so I'm intimately familiar with all of the content that RE produces with Capcom that's not the games. So I've seen all the live action movies. We won't talk about those. I've seen all the CG movies, which were a lot more fun, by the way. So, you know, from an audience point of view, the reason I liked it so much, yeah, it did feel different than, like, say, you know, Damnation and Vendetta. The story structure was a lot different. It was way more grounded, a bit slower, like more character study, less action in general. I like movies like that. So as an actor, when I see a movie that lets moments breathe between actors and characters, personally, I like that. Now, from a Resident Evil point of view, I don't know if people liked it or not. There's mixed reviews all the way around, but I like slow burns. So I liked it. I liked the story. Yeah,
right. What in terms of the direction of it, like the direction you got from the director on this compared to a game, or you would get on a set of a TV show? What's the difference there?
Well, it's all different because even with game directors, you never really know who you're going to get and what their style of directing is going to be like. I'll give you an example. The director from Resident Evil 2 remake, he comes from a theater background. He has never played a Resident Evil game. That's not really how his brain works, but he's all about just keeping the moments grounded. So
really,
his name was Tom, and personally, I would love to work with Tom on a film.
Yeah.
He directs a lot of huge video games. He's very good at what he does. Now, this guy, Husami Sun is his name. He directed Infinite Darkness.
Yep.
He does big, bombastic, like action films in Japan, but also he does like noir pieces. So it was great working with him, and it was really cool because he didn't speak any English, not one word.
What?
And so everything had to be translated. But you know, we would try like a scene one time, and he would say something to his people in Japanese, and over time I got to understand his way of directing and thinking. So sometimes I knew the note, I would give him eye contact, and I'd be like, I got you. We'll go one more time, and we do it and fix it, and we did it. So like it was really cool. I would love to work with that guy again.
Now, in terms of the script, because it's different from a game, yeah? Because do you get the script like beforehand? You know, with a game, it's very like you get your own lines and that's it. You don't get the full script. For this one, did you get the full script, or how did it work in that respect?
Yeah, we got the full script.
Yeah.
And it was just a little bit different than a game because with all the scripts, you see the whole entire plot laid out before you chronologically. Whereas a game, you just get a shitload of scenes that are peppered into a 12-hour game, and you don't know exactly when that scene is going to show up or what's going to happen in between with the gameplay. So yeah, it was a bit different.
Yeah, right. And what about the I saw you in the behind the scenes. You're like, is that you hanging off something?
Yeah, that was a wire harness, like a rig, to be suspended.
Wow, what scene was that for?
Well, if you happen to look at my Instagram or Twitter, I recently posted a BTS matchup, like side by side shot of when at the end when Leon shoots Jason's arm off, and then Jason takes his good hand and he grabs his neck and throws him up against the ceiling.
Oh, it's that
holds
part.
him there.
Yeah,
It's
right.
that part right there.
Right. Okay. Well,
Yeah, that shit's fun.
I love
The
that
guys
they.
in Japan let me do any stunt I wanted.
Well, I was gonna say, I love the scene in the White House where you get to just go and do some commando rolls and shoot some of these zombies, and although you said, and I agree with you, it's a bit of a slower burn, this one, but because of that, I think the action scenes hit a little bit harder. Would you agree?
Yeah, for sure. Because the last CG movie I think we had was Vendetta. Now, look, I enjoyed Vendetta, but yeah, that was like over the
A
top,
lot of
crazy,
action. Yeah.
crazy action. So you're right. All the stunts and all the action moves and everything like that, the fight scenes, like they kind of lose their effect when you have a million of them. Yeah.
And I also love that rat scene. That was a bit creepy. I'm just not a rat guy, so that was just the zombie rats. I don't know, man. That was I had to turn away for a little bit there.
Well, look, I'm surprised it took this long in the Resident Evil universe, 25 years, to have infected rats. Think about
Yeah,
it.
I know,
Those would be like
right?
the first thing that I would think it would.
So you've had pretty good positive feedback from the fans that you know on the show.
I mean, yeah, the fans that come to watch us and do all the signings, of course, they enjoyed it. But I think on the whole, the show has had mixed reviews because, it's really hard to make everybody happy with whether it's plot or graphics or character development or anything really. Then you have the shipping fans of whoever they want to see together, and
I
get
I
disappointed.
wonder who
It's-
they want to see together.
I wonder who. And it's not Ada. But look, here's the thing. I think that was a very intentional move by Capcom because, of course, they left it open. It was short, and I think they left a lot of fans wanting more. A lot of people who are disappointed about what happened with Leon and Claire, I'm sure they want to see some kind of resolution to that, And so
You got to
it's a
leave them
big
hanging.
You got to leave them hanging. That's why they call it a cliffhanger, is it not?
What did you think? What was your opinion on the relationship at this stage?
I think it's interesting. They can do anything they want with it. I think if it was all like neat and tidy at the end,
Yeah,
it's a bit cliche. I like complex. I'm a complex person, so I like complex plots.
So what were you able to utilize from doing RE2 Remake, bringing it over to this one? What skills or knowledge or anything of that nature were you able to use for this project?
Well, I mean, he was he was still the same Leon at heart. He'd been through a little bit more shit, so he didn't have quite the arc that RE2 Leon has. When we start out with RE2 Leon, he's just this really altruistic, naive Boy Scout, and then he understands how dark the world can get towards the end. So that's a big attitude shift. But in this one, he kind of starts there, and I think the biggest thing that I liked about the difference, anyways, the biggest difference I saw was that I got to do a lot of like the cowboy shit, like I changed his attitude to the stuff that I wanted to do in RE2, but the producers and the director were like, look, Leon is not quite there yet. He's not that badass yet. So
Because he was only a first time cop at that. Yeah,
like,
right.
so you got to reel that in a little bit. And I was like, and then when this came up, they're like, yeah, remember that cowboy that you wanted to, yeah, you could be that cowboy now. And I'm like, yeah.
I love that. Yeah. Well, you choked up. You took the screen by whole, man. You did a really good job. I think.
Thank you.
Yeah, the reviews are mixed. Let's be honest, but there's one thing that I think we can all agree on. You and Steph knocked it out of the park, and even the actor that plays Jason, I thought he had a really cool voice. What is his name? Roy?
That's Ray Chase.
Ray Chase. Sorry, Ray Chase. Yeah.
Yeah. So Jason was mocapped by a good friend of mine. His name is Armin Taylor. He's a fantastic voiceover actor himself, and he did all the mocap too, all the physicality, and he brought that role to Jason. And then they dubbed over his voice with Ray Chase, who is a phenomenal actor. And yeah, he played a great character. I liked him so much because yeah, he ended up being the villain, but he was very relatable. You know, a lot of people were rooting for him, and they understood. You know, at the end, they're like, "Yeah, I agree with Jason. Like, why stop the guy? Let him go up there."
Yeah, right. Well, I was a bit sus on him, I gotta say, from the first episode. Maybe
Well,
that's
yeah,
just
yeah.
me.
I don't think they tried to hide it that much.
No. So do you still get imposter syndrome or things of that nature as an actor?
But sure, that happens sometimes. I think a lot of actors may feel that way, despite what they might tell you or let on in public. But that's not sure sometimes. I mean, I'm as a creative artist, I always have like a self-critique essence about myself when I'm drawing and doing this or that. There's always ways that I know that I can improve things, and so I just hope when I put something out there this big that I've done enough preparation and I have enough talent to have it go out there and be received well.
Do you think anything from your talents creatively, you know, with drawing or all the other stuff you do, building, rock climbing, guitar, archery, all your freaking talents, do you think any of that can be translated onto the screen with acting, or does any of that help you in any way? Or
I think so.
Yeah.
I've done a lot of things in my life. I've worked a lot of different types of jobs. I've learned from a lot of different types of people, and I think that helps me more than anything.
the experiences.
Because I'm a very creative person. I gravitate towards a lot of different situations, and I really pay attention to what's around me, and then I like to interpret it and put it out there. I've worked in about 7 to 8 different industries, and when you compare like the people you work with at, say, like a doctor's office versus hospitality and hotels versus when you work at like an automotive garage, that's a lot of different types of personalities. And if you sit and pay attention to it, you kind of like you build these different personalities within you. I don't project them necessarily in my everyday life to my friends, but if I ever have to draw upon that for a character, sure, I can relate.
I love that, and I think a lot of people might not know that. You know, earlier in your acting career, you did do a lot of those jobs, didn't you? You had to pay the bills. Like you don't just rock up being an actor and you're making millions of dollars. Like you had to work. You went to work different jobs, didn't you?
Oh yeah. So when I started acting, I was making peanuts acting, so I had to support myself, like you said, and I was painting houses. I was working with AAA as a light duty roadside mechanic. Like I was literally doing anything to pay my bills, and that struggle is real. But you know what though? It makes you ambitious because you're doing all the sacrifice, you're busting your ass, and you're trying to act at the same time. And it's like, dude, you're working this hard, you're not going to quit now. Like you're gonna hit rock bottom like 5 times before you quit. You understand? So it really like lights a fire under your ass.
But I was going to say, did you ever have that moment where you're like, this is just isn't worth it? I should just get a 9-to-5 job and just...
I told myself, let's see what I told myself. It was a long time ago. A long time ago. I knew it was going to be tough. I knew way back when that this is going to be a very high reward, high risk, high reward industry. And I wanted to try it. I knew it was going to be tough. and I just wanted to give myself a good challenge. I thought to myself, you know, I had enough education and skills that I could always revert back to a 9 to 5 if I had to. But this thing I was chasing, I was like, that would be a good goal to have. And I said to myself, I was going to go until I couldn't go anymore. So I was going to really hit rock bottom.
Right.
And my goal was just to support myself as an actor. I wanted to get rid of those jobs. I wanted to stop painting. I wanted to stop working for AAA. And eventually, I got there with the support of a lot of friends and family in my life.
And now you're at a comfortable place and you're feeling good. Do you feel like you've reached your potential yet, or not quite?
It's less about that, and
Okay.
It's more about I have reached a lot of goals.
Mm-hmm.
I set a lot of small attainable goals that I reach on the weekly basis. You know, if you start acting, a lot of people ask me like, what advice do you have for a beginning actor? Do it for the right reasons and set realistic goals. If your one goal is to get famous and be on the red carpet in like 3 years, you're going to get disappointed. You know, you have to enjoy the whole journey is what I tell people. And it's very honest. I forget what your initial question was. I ramble sometimes.
It's all right. It's all right. We all ramble,
guys
man.
get what I'm
It's a
saying.
good,
Yeah.
it's a good conversation. So out of those jobs, which one did you find the most enjoyable?
Of all the side jobs.
Yeah, the side jobs. Yeah.
Oh, I find solace and happiness in all the stuff that I do typically. I mean, I learn a lot of skills. I love painting houses. I don't want to do it right now, but it's taking something old and making it look new with some cool colors. I mean, and I have the technical skills to do it. It's art in a way, right? So you get paid decent money to do it. You typically hang out with the homeowners or friends or whoever you're painting for. So I like that stuff. When I worked for AAA, I really learned about the automotive industry. And I felt more like a superhero working for AAA than any other thing I've ever done in my life. And I'll tell you why.
Really?
You know, some jobs it's your job to tell people some bad news or make a lot of cold phone calls, or it's like a lot of people are not happy to be seeing you, whether you deal with complaints with guest service or something like that. You know, you deliver a meal and the hamburger's cold and they get pissed at you. When you work for AAA, your job is to save them. So they're on the side of the road.
So they just want like.
No, what I'm saying is like it's like 100 degrees out. Their tire exploded on the highway. You go over there and you save the day. You pull them off the road. You change their tire, send them on their way. Or if you're in a snowstorm and their car won't start, you come out there, you change the battery, send them on their way.
And they're just always thankful.
Yes, that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
I've
Yeah.
never been thanked so many times.
Oh,
When
wow.
I come and change their tire, they're like, "Oh my god, I'm so happy that you came here." I'm like, "Well, that's my job," but I should have wore a cape, AAA cape.
How many would you do of those a day?
Oh, on a busy day, maybe 30 to 40 tickets. So you
Yeah,
save
right.
40 people a day.
Jeez,
feel like a
that's a
hero.
lot. You are a hero. That's Batman, right there. Oh, mate, so good.
Dude, if you ever have a flat tire, I will come to Australia and change that for you.
Oh, is it bad that I think I know how to do it? I just don't know if I have the tools in the
Most
back.
people don't.
Yeah, like I don't know how I would lift the car because I don't have a jack.
Most people don't know how to do it.
Yeah,
And that's why AAA is so popular.
yeah, they must make a killing.
Oh, Benson's here. I just want to give a shout out. I see a lot of familiar faces, even from our signing. So hello to everybody. But I see Benson Mokhtar here. He's a good buddy of mine. He was the face model for Carlos in RE3 remake. What's up, Benson?
He was here last time. He loves
He's
checking
hilarious.
Man, he's great. He's great value, I think.
He's an incredible martial artist too.
He's
All
got
those-
he's got a lovely face for that guy.
All those fitness videos, I got all jealous, Benson. What are you doing, making us look bad?
Isn't it funny how we all like this community? We all know each other. Like even you know all the other actors and the
Tight.
face models, and
Yeah, it's tight. It's a good family. We're all family here. Everybody in the chat.
yeah,
It's all fun.
exactly.
It's
Now
fun to connect.
I was looking at your website the other day, okay, And
A bit outdated.
is it? Okay.
I gotta get up on that. Yeah.
Okay. Well, under hobbies, you've got archery and cycling. Are you still
Yeah.
taking up those hobbies? And are you watching the Olympic side of that?
No, but I've been shooting bows all my life. I have a compound bow. I haven't been hunting with it or anything like that, but I just do target practice. And you know why? Because I grew up with Rambo, and he shot a bow, so I had to shoot a bow. It's kind of like that. In cycling, I have a bike that collapses. It's like a heavy duty mountain bike. Yeah, I love all that.
How
shit.
far would you ride cycling?
I would call myself less of a cyclist,
Yeah.
like that someone that goes like 250 miles a week. I do it for the workout, and if I run like 6 or 7 miles, sometimes I'll cool down with a bike ride to just stretch the legs out and everything. Yeah, it's a great hobby.
How often do you go to the gym and work out?
I mean, it's a big part of what I do.
Yeah.
Because I'm getting older, and I got to stay agile. With my body's not getting any younger, and I still do like military stunts and everything with mocap and a lot of games right now. So I'm probably at the gym I'd say maybe 4 days a week, and I run probably 3 days a week, staggered.
So how many off days would you have? None.
No, I'll take like a day off. Like sometimes I'll run and go to the gym.
Oh yeah.
I'll take like one rest day a week. But I used to be a competitive runner. I used to race in 5K races. I just love that.
And are you a good eater besides the Oreos?
Yeah, I take care of my body besides the Oreos. I really do.
Are you meal prepping or what?
I don't meal prep.
You don't meal prep?
I put into my body what I need to be healthy.
Yeah. Nice. Now, also in your hobbies, man, was car theft.
That's AAA. During my time with AAA, I worked there for 3 years. I probably broke into about maybe 850 cars that had locked their keys in the car. So you go and break in with all the tools. So
Oh, right. Okay. I was wondering what that was.
For TV and film and commercial purposes, if anybody needed a car thief, I can do it and make it look pretty good.
Really? For shows?
that's
You ever
legit.
got that call up?
No, but it's
You
fair.
could have.
and it's a conversation starter in an audition. Sometimes
Yeah.
I'll go in and they'll sit there, they'll look at my resume and they'll be like, okay, archery, cycling, car thief. Is that a joke? And I'd be like, no, actually, I've stolen 800 cars legally.
What tools are you using to get in? Is it not as fun as it sounds?
It was the funnest part of my job. I loved
really?
what they call when you get your ticket and it just says lockout.
You're like, yes.
Oh yeah. Every time I got a lockout, I was like, let's go break into this car. A funny story about that. One of the most memorable break-ins I ever did was to this new BMW.
Yeah.
They had this this security system on this BMW that was like super high tech, and the firemen, they couldn't break in. They couldn't get in there with their tools, so they called me. Now here's the thing: it was summertime. It was like 95 degrees, and there was a baby in the car, and
Ooh.
the mother was frantically yelling and crying, and they're like, "You gotta save my baby! You gotta save me!" When I showed up, I took my tools and I broke into the BMW, and we got the kid out. This little young kid was holding the keys in his little chair, and she was like, "Press the button, baby," and he wasn't. So I broke in safely. And she gave me the biggest hug after, and she said, "You saved my kid. You saved my kid. Like, I can't thank you enough." I'm like, "Ma'am, I didn't save your kid. I saved your window because we were gonna break your window if we couldn't get in here. So don't thank me yet." But
Wow, you've got a lot of stories out of this job. This is
fun,
this is
man, I'm telling you.
amazing.
I might quit acting.
No, please. We want you to stay in acting. Lanny here says, Dan, you should break your tire on purpose.
Break. Oh, yeah.
So you'll come. So you'll
Hey,
come
if
to
you want.
Australia. Did I ask? You've been to Australia, haven't you? Did I ask you last time?
No, we're supposed to go for work this year if we can line it up.
That's right, but it's not
It
looking
depends
likely.
on COVID.
Yeah.
Depends on COVID, man. You guys have been kind of on lockdown for a long time.
Yeah, we're still on. We just got out of it another This was our 4th stint, Melbourne, and Sydney. Sydney are on. They're just. It's just going up every day now. Sydney are.
What is the issue? Is it I mean, we don't have to get into it, but I just hope that you and all your family and friends are safe.
Yeah, man. It's just. I don't know. No one wants to get, like, a lot of Australians. They don't want to get vaccinated. A lot of them. Even the eligible, they're anti-vaxxers, for one. For two, I just think there's a lot of silly people out there, and they don't follow the rules, especially in Sydney at the moment. Sydney's shocking. I mean, they're getting. It doesn't sound like a lot, but 200 cases a day for Australia is a lot. I don't know what it is in America. It's probably a lot more than that, or Canada.
Oh,
but
geez, I mean, like in Los Angeles alone, we were getting like
yeah,
2,000 a day. It felt like.
yeah. But I think 200 compared to your 2,000 is like 10,000 for us. You know what I mean? It's a lot.
Yeah.
So they reckon Sydney could be locked down for the whole year. Nearly. It's really bad. People are going crazy, man.
I hope you guys stay safe. That's all.
Yeah, and I'm a bit selfish. I want to get to the theater. I want to get to the movie theater. I just love going to the cinema, and I'm so sick of watching shows at home. I don't know if you're the same. Like I just miss that cinematic experience sometimes. And
Yeah.
and there's a couple of good movies coming out, so I'm hopefully, now that lockdown's we're sort of easing out of it in Melbourne, hopefully I can get to see some of those films, eh?
We want this to go away 100%, everybody.
Yeah, and just for most importantly, just for people's safety, eh?
Yeah.
That's the main thing. Now, where's your Oreos, mate? I don't see any.
Well, I was waiting to join.
Oh, here we go. Here we go. He's got them.
They're empty. It's
Oh no!
left in.
All gone.
I'm a little embarrassed to say that, but they're gone.
Sure, I can imagine you. You've got in your house. You've got like a stash away of like 100 packets just waiting.
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Because if that happened, they just would not last. The only discipline, the only buffer that I can have for my discipline is just to not have them here. Sometimes, my brain takes over and I just go to the store and get them, but I gotta control, man.
Yeah. Dean here says, "You're such an interesting person, Nick. You need to work on a book."
Oh, thanks. I appreciate that. I don't talk a lot about my personal life. Most all the interviews that we do, it's always just talking about Resident Evil stuff. But I've lived many lives, I feel like. I do have a lot of passions and hobbies, a lot of that you guys still don't even know about, because I don't put it out there. I'm not hiding it intentionally. It's a lot, and I can barely handle community outreach just for this fun stuff. So I just keep busy. I have hobbies everywhere. I'm designing a guitar right now.
Designing a guitar?
Yeah, I'm building a custom guitar. The old one that I had that I built with my dad about 12 years ago, it was stolen out of a storage unit, unfortunately. So I'm electric guitarless right now. So I'm building a new one, and when I do that, I'll post it, and it will be pretty cool.
I feel like every time I put something in storage, it gets stolen. The one place you'd think it wouldn't get stolen?
These guys, they cut a hole in the ceiling at night. They dropped into the storage unit, and the only thing they could steal of value that would fit through that hole was my guitar. And
You're
was a keepsake
joking.
because I built it with my dad.
Oh.
They tried to steal my mountain bike. They couldn't fit it up in the hole.
What, they repelled in like Tom
They
Cruise in
repelled in.
Mission Impossible?
Yeah, and the bike was too damn
Fucking
heavy
hell.
and awkward. So
Oh
what?
my goodness.
You can't remain pissed about that stuff. You can't remain angry. That's why I do believe in karma hardcore, and I believe karma will run its course, and those guys or girls, whoever they were, they're gonna get what's coming to them. That's right.
Oh yeah, definitely, 100%. Now Benson has a question for you. He says,
Benson.
"Hey Nick, will there be a season 2 for Infinite Darkness? You run 3 days a week and go to the gym 4 days a week. Great, mate, but easy on the Oreos and drink some more water."
All right, couple things, Benson. Season 2, your guess is as good as mine. Would I like to see season 2? Hell yeah. Um, yeah, the workouts are good, but Oreos, I will never ease up on the Oreos, man. And actually, plenty of water right here.
Oh,
But thank you.
Hold on.
I
Do
would
you
never.
drink out of that thing?
I do. Yeah, it's in my
Oh my
room to
good-
force me to drink. So when
You're
I'm
gonna
doing
get a
work,
wrist workout with that.
it's right here, so I remember to drink my 10 glasses of water a day, if not more. And I could never work out with Benson. I would never keep up with him.
Benson's ripped, isn't he?
He is just too fit. Yeah.
Yeah. So you play guitar, don't you? How what's
Dude,
your skill
yeah.
level? Would you say advanced, expert? What level are we
About-
talking here?
I have fun. Is that a skill level? No, I can riff out. You know, I'm more of like a rhythm guy. Slow melodic solos, stuff like that. My biggest inspirations, I would say, are like I'd say James Hetfield from Metallica.
Hey, I know
Alice in
you-
Chains.
I've-
Alice in Chains is a huge inspiration too.
You've seen Metallica 5 times, haven't you?
Yeah. Many times.
Man, I'm desperate to see him, man. I love Metallica.
They put on a hell of a show.
Do they?
Yeah.
Oh man, yeah, I'd love to see them. And I remember seeing something. Was it on your Instagram about Killswitch Engage? Are you a fan of them?
Yeah, I've met them. We shot a music video for them. A couple of
that's
years ago, and we got friendly with the band and everything, and that was a really cool experience. It's a very emotional video. If you guys haven't seen it, you should watch it.
Yeah. What's the emotion behind it? So I haven't seen it.
You haven't seen it? You should.
No, I haven't seen it.
If you
I couldn't get a link. I couldn't find it.
if you just Google Killswitch Engage and Always, that's the title of the song, you'll find it right away.
Okay.
I almost
Okay.
don't want to spoil it at all. It's
No, don't spoil it.
it's a really emotional watch. It's a story driven music video, and it's a lot of people can relate to it. There's millions of comments on the video at this point, and it brings people back to like a good, painful but good time in their life as well.
And you were the
lots of
actor in that,
relationships.
the lead actor.
Yeah.
Oh wow, that's a bit of a thrill.
Yeah, I worked with my buddies Ian McFarlane, Mike Pesci, a bunch of guys like from my Boston days, and we just went out to California, Santa Cruz, and we filmed it.
Oh, that's fantastic. So they're nice guys over there, Killswitch Engage?
Yeah, they're great.
Yeah.
They're awesome. I've seen them live. They put on a hell of a show too.
What other bands are you a fan of? Metallica, Killswitch, Alice in Chains.
I
Give
grew
me-
up with like Ozzy,
Yeah.
a lot of bands that came out in the '80s. I got a lot of big inspirations, but I'm like definitely a rock guy. I
Me
love
too,
anything
man.
with
Me
guitar
too,
in it.
man. Oh,
Yeah.
me too, man. You can't go wrong. Eddie Van Halen, Lenny
Yeah,
says.
sure.
Yeah.
I've seen them live in Vegas. They were awesome.
Shit, you've seen a few.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of good bands. Yeah.
Do you know who I saw live, which is probably one of my favorite concerts I've ever been to? It's a bit random, but Hans Zimmer. You know Hans Zimmer?
Yeah, I would love to see something like that.
Oh
he's-
man,
I have a lot of his music.
it's unbelievable. You've got to do it if you ever can. It's
It's like an
incredible.
experience, isn't it?
It's an experience, man. You're going through these movies that you didn't know he worked on. You know, Pirates of the Caribbean, Lion King, into Inception, Dark Knight. I mean, it's just
He's one of the best for
Oh.
a reason.
it's unbelievable, man. I highly recommend it. Sorry to hear about the stealing, Nick. But
Happens.
do a hang up a sign. Sorry, I'm still sick, guys. I'm a bit croaky. Owned by Leon Kennedy, full-time zombie killer. Oh, I was saying put a sign up. Right. Baron, hey, Nick, what kind of music do you enjoy playing? I play guitar too.
I saw that, Baron. We kind of got into it a bit.
Yeah, we've already answered that.
I do a lot of like riffing out. I like to write my own music and stuff. I've never been in a band, but stuff that sounds like Metallica and Alice in Chains, I would say, is a good description of what I like to play. When I write music, it's closer to Alice in Chains.
Do you sing as well, or do you stay away from that?
I sing in the car. I've recorded a couple little things here and there. I can hold a note I have a very limited vocal range of what I could sing and make it sound decent.
Yeah.
It's never been a focus of mine. I just don't care enough about that personally.
You've got enough talents, mate. Leave some for the rest of us. All right. Yago, hopefully I'm saying that right. Nick, your karma will be on the side of good and awesome. Please keep up the efforts, man. We love your work. And Dan, go for you as well, man.
Right. Well, thank you.
Nice. I'll take it. I'll take it.
And I really do believe in karma, guys. That's why you should just not be a dick in life, you know?
Nah, 100%.
Spread the
man.
positive energy.
100%. Now, I haven't talked to you about gaming. What have you been playing since we last caught up, mate?
I revisited Resident Evil 0 just because it had been a long time and I wanted to jump into that again. Let's see. Mostly Call of Duty Warzone, and that's because that's what a lot of my friends play, and that's how we stay connected across the country. And so I would say mostly that. Have I played anything else? A little bit of Resident Evil 5 Mercs, and I might even play that with a friend tonight. That's always fun to link up with friends. And also, I'm working on still Breath of the Wild. In the beginning hours, tens of hours of Zelda Breath of the Wild, which is a fantastic game.
Did you see the Dead Space remake? How good's that going to be?
Oh, that
looks... Yeah, man. That got me giddy. I don't know about you, man.
Very, very, very excited. Dead Space is fantastic. If they do it now in the vein of like Resident Evil 2 remake, I mean, it doesn't even feel that dated. I've played the whole trilogy recently, and those games still hold up.
They hold up, don't they?
They still do big time. And if they're remaking it, that means they're going to do it even better. And I'm so excited. Oh,
do you think that they're going to remake 2 and 3 after this? Or do you think they're going to like use this as a reboot for the entire series? Change the story? Or what do you think?
idea.
No idea?
I have no idea.
Yeah. So you played all 3?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I think my favorite's 1, the first one.
I mean, 1 was awesome. I think I like 2. That's probably my favorite.
Really? I think most people would agree with you, but yeah.
2 did like added some really key things that I think made a perfect game. And if I was these guys, I think they would, if they're going to reboot this thing, they're not going to do like a 1-to-1. It's going to be different. And I hope that they take like the best aspects of 1, 2, and 3 and just mold it into this new reboot, you know, whatever it is.
Yeah. I got a lot of comments from our last chat, man, about how you wait for your brother to play some of the Resident Evil games, and people really respected that, man. It's hilarious. People really respected you for that you waited and kept that tradition. Have you played Village with him yet?
No, he's in Boston and I'm in Los Angeles, and he's busy. I'm busy. It's really hard to get home, get time off together, and then take 3 or 4 days to play a game and really enjoy it. So I had to wait 11 months to play 7. I had to wait 7 months to play my game. I had to wait 8 months to play RE3.
Your brother needs to get in line. Come on, man.
He needs to come here, get his ass to Los Angeles.
7 months to play RE2? That's torturous. Are you serious?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness, man.
The first time, maybe not 7 months, maybe 6, but it was right around July 4th that year. So the game came out in January, and I got home in the summertime, maybe August or something like that. And that's when I streamed it for the first time and played it with my family.
Yeah, right.
PS4, yep.
So you don't have a PS5 yet, do you? Are you still waiting?
Still waiting. Honestly, Village is the only thing I want it for right now. And I can't play Village probably until around Christmas time. So I'm in no rush. And I don't want to pay $1,200 for a scalped version of it or something.
Did you see the Village got DLC? Did you see that?
I saw the announcement,
Yeah. And
I'm not excited for that yet because I haven't even played the game.
No, I know, but isn't it? And you would have also seen that Capcom, this was the best quarter in the history of the company. Like that's crazy, man. That's
They had a brilliant marketing campaign for the game, and I don't think they even planned for the popularity of Lady D. That just became a viral happening, you know, and they're running with it now.
I was going to ask you, who do you think wins, Mr. X or Lady D? But you haven't played. We can't ask you that just yet, can we?
I can't answer that. Not yet.
Now, you tweeted out the other day, mate. You said the 5 favorite your 5 games that made you a gamer, right?
Yeah.
You tweeted out. You got Mega Man 3, Castlevania 3, Super Metroid, Resi 4, Final Fantasy 7.
Mm-hmm.
So let's start with Mega Man 3. What did you love about that one?
Classic. Any Mega Man fans here? Any Mega Man? Speak now for
Can I admit something?
You've never played it?
Never played Mega Man.
All right, I'm
Never.
gonna leave this interview right now.
No, please. No, please, Nick. Please.
Are you crazy?
Am I crazy? Am I? Where do I start, man?
Oh, damn it! Look, you got to go back, and you gotta find out the roots of these companies that you love. You like Resident Evil, right?
Yeah, I think so. Maybe.
Go back to the roots of Capcom. I'm telling you, those games. I mean, yeah, I think you're a bit younger than I am, but I grew up with them. Like that was the best that was available at the time when I was, 7, 8, 9 years old. That's what we were playing on Nintendo was Mega Man, and what I liked about 3 was the soundtrack. Holy shit!
Oh, really?
Any fans of 8-bit Nintendo music, like MIDI music, old school? I mean, Mega Man 3, it doesn't get much better than that. They're just, the tracks are so good. They're so good that so many metal bands cover them. They cover these songs because they're just well-written songs. Castlevania, I think, was the first video game franchise to hire classical composers to compose their music.
Wow.
I mean,
that's
these
cool.
are pioneers. That's what I respect about them is that
Yeah.
they pioneered the way for gaming back when it was just like Pac-Man and shit. And then these games are like, no, let's do better. And I'll be damned if they weren't like the cementing foundation of what we have today. It's those thought leaders that I really respect.
I love that.
Capcom was at the forefront way back when.
Dean says, how did you feel seeing Mega Man in the RE3 remake? Has a little Easter egg there. Did you catch that?
Yeah, that was when I saw that.
That was cool.
Yes! Yes! I get so excited, man.
Really?
That's Capcom. That's Capcom patting themselves on the back and giving homage to those people, whoever worked on those games.
Were there any Easter eggs like that in 2? I'm trying to think back. I did a video on it, but I've forgotten now. I remember doing a video.
Maybe, I think there was more homage and little Easter eggs
to the original.
To the original.
Yeah.
I mean, 3 just like it lent itself way more to that because you're in a city and you've got posters and billboards and graffiti everywhere. You could do it easily.
Yeah.
They could have put anything they wanted in there, you know.
Yeah. So the second one was Castlevania 3.
Yeah.
Now I haven't played that. I haven't played that series either, man.
Dan, if I could come over there, I'd slap you right now. But
I'm so sorry, man.
These are
you got to understand. I'm only 27, all right. So let's.
Doesn't matter.
Okay.
You have the ability to find them somehow.
All right. So what? Start with 1 and work my way up.
You can, or you can just skip to 3.
Yeah. Okay. If I can take a cheat out, I will. So.
Castlevania 3 is, again, for the music alone, like the soundtracks of those levels, there's something nostalgic about it. Brings me right back to my childhood. I would play that right after school all the time.
It's top down, yeah? Is it top down?
No, it's a side scroller.
Side scroller, okay.
It's a side scroller, and it's a tough game. If you try to beat that, like, you might be a good gamer, Dan. Go back and try to beat Castlevania 3. It's going to give you a run for your money. And you got to respect that.
Even playing through Resident Evil, the first one, the original, the Chris campaign,
it's tough.
Man, it's not that easy, man. They hold your hand these days because back with the ink ribbons, you had
they hold your hand with automatic like save points and all that shit. A lot of games do that. They're still challenging, but when you like, I think there are more unbeatable games on Nintendo than probably any console.
And it's funny
Like,
because people think it's family friendly and easy, and you know.
try to beat like the original like Double Dragon. Like some of those games were fucking hard because you couldn't save anywhere.
Now, Super Metroid was another one here. That's just
Classic.
another classic. Yeah, Resi 4.
I mean, the one thing that all these games have in common is they had iconic soundtracks.
I was
Super
gonna
Metroid,
say you're a soundtrack man. I can tell.
fuck yeah,
Yeah.
Super Metroid.
I am too,
had
man.
Amazing music. I collected it on my
Oh.
Spotify and everything, and
Unbelievable.
and Final Fantasy VII. the
No,
soundtrack.
we don't need to talk about that. Yeah.
Unbelievable.
Unbelievable. Yeah. Yeah. What did you think of the remake? Have I asked you that before? The 7 remake. Have you played that yet?
So I bought the remake a long time ago. I haven't got to it yet. So
Yeah.
I just have to like be mentally ready for that because that's a big undertaking, and I think they're coming out with like 2 more of that saga. I think they're splitting up the remake into its own trilogy, I think. Not
Yeah,
sure.
I think there's a second part at least. But I tell you what, they're
Right.
huge, man. It took me, I
Yeah,
want to say
hundreds of hours.
I want to say 50 hours at least. I don't know. I can't remember.
And you probably
but-
didn't even do everything. you could
No,
do.
I didn't do everything. No way.
The original Final Fantasy VII on PlayStation 1, I played for probably 112 hours.
Well, yeah, I'm talking like the new one. That's only part 1. Like didn't even have that actually had a different ending. I don't know if I won't spoil it, but there was a few things different to the original, which had fans divided. But they nailed the actual gameplay of it. I have to admit, because it's still got the essence of what it was, but it's also got that action adventure style that we get these days, and they've blended the two so well. So I'll give them that. It was a good game, and the soundtrack pretty good as well. Resi 4, do you remember playing that for the first time, mate?
Of course. Yeah, we played
Back in 05?
my brother and I when we were getting excited because they released a demo. It was like a 15 to 20 minute demo a couple months before the release, and we were so freaking excited for that.
Yeah.
And he was only 9 years old, and we played the crap out of the demo, and we were thinking of like what it's going to be after this level and everything like that. And then when the game came out, we sat, we beat it we beat it like 10 times straight, and that became our favorite game back in the day.
Yeah, nice. I'm replaying through it now, man. And again, it's like Dead Space. It holds up. It holds up, man. Some of these games, they still hold up years later. And
They
that's
do hold up, yeah.
it's just a testament to the game design. Titan says Castlevania SOTN is my favorite game of all time.
It's a good one. It's a great game. Good music. Loved it.
Oreos versus gummy bears, Nick. One goes away forever. Who wins?
Easy. Gummy bears go away.
Who are you asking? Come on. Do you know who you're asking this question to? Wow, Dan, you're younger than I am. I didn't think you were. Oh, well, there you go. There you go. Jurassic Jack. If you like Castlevania, Nick, have you seen the Netflix show?
That's on my list, and I know I'm going to enjoy it because of what I heard about it. And plus, I love anything Castlevania, so I've heard it's very well done. I will definitely like that.
Nick, what's your favorite save room music? Is it 2?
I would say, two. Two was the first one that I ever
2's my favorite,
experienced.
man. Okay.
And so I got to say 2, and then close behind that is 3, and then actually
Dude,
7.
3's underrated. I love 3.
I love 3, and then 7.
7. Yeah. That's very moody.
Loved 7.
Very moody, isn't it?
Yeah.
Man, we talked about this last time. 7's a phenomenal game. I don't get
great.
the hate around that game. I mean, it's
I
not
don't
much of
either.
it, but I tell you what, it's a fantastic game. 7.
I love it so much. Yeah.
Nick, Super Ghouls and Ghosts was very difficult. The Sega Genesis Mega Drive version was even more difficult. That's Benson says that.
Yeah, Benson, that is a tough game. And the new one, I bought the new one on Switch. That's even harder than the original.
Really?
Holy shit. It took me a long time to beat that. Yeah. They wanted to make it impossible. That's the game's gimmick. It's like, it's
Oh,
insanity.
okay.
but I loved it. That's another great Capcom franchise, Super Ghouls and Ghosts. I played the hell out of that when I was a kid. And yeah, Mick Jorneal, I think that's right. Yeah, I beat Bloodstained. That's an awesome game. It's,
Yeah.
same creators from Castlevania. One of
Yeah.
them got fired or left or something and went off, did Bloodstained.
It was like
Freaking
a
awesome.
recreation of it. Is that right? It was like
No,
the essence. No,
it's the essence. Yeah.
the essence. Yeah, yeah,
It's very much like Symphony of the Night, and
Yeah.
it's a fun game, guys. You should play that.
yeah. I'll give you a couple more because I know you're a very busy man. And again, this last hour has flown by, Nick. You've
Yeah,
got
it did.
it always does. I wanted to ask you who are some of your inspirations, creative inspirations and influences in terms of your acting or your drawing or your day-to-day life? Is there people that you look up to in that respect or look to?
That I wish I had that one question in advance. I'm not going to be able to answer that the right way in a few minutes. So save that question for next time.
Okay.
That's a deep one, and I'm in a fun cookie.
Okay. Yeah, no, that's all right. That's all right, man.
That's-
That's all right, man.
It's an important question. It's a
No,
good one.
we'll get to it. We'll get to it next time. Any good horrors you watched lately? I know I recommended you some. Have you got to them yet?
I haven't seen a ton of movies lately, but the only one that I've seen recently that was new was A Quiet Place 2.
Nice.
It's pretty good. I think the original was more impactful for me because that universe was brand new. Yeah, I haven't seen many, to be honest.
Have you seen Saint Maud yet?
No, but you talked about that and you
Yeah,
recommended
come
that.
on,
Saint
man.
Maud.
Yeah,
Okay.
come on, Nick.
All
It's that last frame, man. That last frame of that movie. I still
Well, you
remember
just-
that. Jeez.
Well, you shouldn't have told me that because
No,
there's
no.
element of
No,
element of surprise.
no. Trust me. There's an element of surprise, man. Don't you worry. Don't
Well,
you worry.
I know to expect it now.
No,
but-
you won't. You won't expect it, man. I'm
Okay,
telling you.
We'll,
I'm telling you.
We'll make a deal. I will watch that movie.
Yeah.
If you play, what are you gonna play?
Which one? Which one
Yeah.
do you want me to play? Both. Okay.
Start with one. Start with Mega Man 3.
Well, I'm playing through all the resis at the moment, and I'm up to 4. And that's an undertaking. I tell you what, I'm playing every game. We're talking all the spin-offs.
Yeah, it's gonna take a while.
It's going to take a while. So,
Other good ones were like the spin-off non-numbered titles. I think
Yeah.
you're gonna have fun with Revelations 2.
I've
That
never
was a
played
really-
Revelations 1 and 2. Would you believe it?
Play 1 and 2.
Mm.
1 for me was superior. I'm sorry, 2 was superior to 1. And that's a
Oh.
really underrated fun game. Loved it. And what are the
Nice.
other ones?
Code
Have you
Veronica.
played- Well, that's a great one too.
Yeah, I've played.
Hard. It's hard and it's long. Have you played Zero?
No.
Well, you'll
I know.
have to do that
I
and
know.
you're-
I know what happens and everything. I just have never played it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's a few I'm missing. That's what I was going through. I was even playing Mercenaries 3D. I mean, that don't know if that one holds up, but not quite as good as Mercenaries on RO5. But anyway, also quickly the Medal of Honor game that you worked on, the VR game. How's that shaping up? Is there anything you can say on that? Your experience on that?
Well, I mean, it came out last year in December, I think. I haven't
Yeah.
played it yet. I think that's on Oculus only, and I don't have Oculus.
You haven't played it?
No, I mean, back in the day they invited me to the office here in Los Angeles, and they're like, "Yeah, you can play it anytime you want at our place, where they make the game." And I was about to do it. COVID got really bad, so probably can't do that now. But
Yeah.
I'll play it at some point. I just did military stunts on that and a lot of scene work. So when you are playing as your character and you see a lot of people in the scenes and when you shoot Nazis and stuff, that's a lot of it's me.
Oh, okay. Because I just wanted to ask, like, is there any difference for a VR game? Is there any difference technically with what they do?
Not really.
No?
The only difference is that the player character, the guy you control, you just don't see him.
Yeah. Because
Everything else, I mean, maybe they have to. I think they have to do more planning when they do the scenes because you can look in every single direction in real time. Whereas a lot of games, like if they get you on rails, you know, and you advance and then you go around this corner and then it does a cutscene and then this that, they probably just have to plan more.
Yeah. All right, man. Well, look, again, it's flown by. 1 hour with Dan and Nick.
Yeah.
I hope you guys have enjoyed it.
I thought that was like 10 minutes long. Jeez.
A couple of good questions in there, Nick. Kept your brain juices flowing.
Yeah, thanks for having me, man. It's always fun to chat, hang out. Thank you, everybody in chat, for coming and being interested in what we had to say. And keep watching Dan's channel. He's got a lot of good stuff going on.
Thank you, Nick. Appreciate it, man. And you could do another signing soon that we can plug here.
Yeah, so like I said, I recognize some of these names. Dratheus, I know you were there for our signing. So Stephanie and I will be number one at some point. We're going to be finishing our duos. I don't know exactly when, but we also each separately have to begin our solo signings. We got a bunch of orders that have been waiting for a long time. We both had, some deaths that we had to deal with, and so
sorry to
we're
hear,
getting
man.
to it. It's okay, thank you. We're getting back to it slowly, so thanks for your patience, whoever ordered, and we'll be doing that probably within a week or two.
Nice. And that'll be on your IG Live?
For me, probably just IG Live. It's just easier
Yeah.
for me, but Stephanie will probably be streaming hers.
You don't have to worry about the Twitch shit and OBS and all that. Just go press one button on IG. It's pretty easy.
It's a lot easier, you know. But anyways, well, I hope you feel better, Dan.
Thank you,
Rest
man.
up
I appreciate
and
it.
Get rid of whatever is going on in there. And,
I know. I don't know what it is, man. I hope it's not a T virus.
And I'll be waiting for that vodka martini. So, whenever you're ready.
All right, man. Well, take care. It's been a pleasure as always.
Bye, everybody. Have a good weekend. Be safe.
Talk to you soon, man. And there you have it, guys. Our chat with the incredible Nick Apostolides. Am I saying that right? I mean, I change the pronunciation every time just for the laughs. Great questions, guys. Thanks for hanging out as always. A bit of fun with Nick. He's a great guy. I mean, that just... sometimes I look at the time and I think, how has it been an hour? And that's when you know it's a good chat. Don't you? Yeah, fantastic guy, and we thank him. One of the first reoccurring guests we've had on the show. We've only had a handful of recurring guests, and he's one of them. So really appreciate him taking the time and getting some insights on his gaming, love of gaming, and also Infinite Darkness. A couple of nice little tidbits there for any fans of that show. Miguel, Dratheus, Squad Up, Denny, Baron, McJournal, Carlos, Just Vincent, Lion of Dawn, Mercenary, John Walker, Daniel Edward DLS, Nick the Vice. That was awesome. Thank you, Dratheus. Just Vincent, C-Virus? No, T-Virus, Just Vincent. Not the C-Virus. Capcom and the coronavirus, they don't mix at the moment. They're a bit touchy subject over there. Jimmy Fallon, come on, Squad Up. Do I fake laugh? I don't do any fake laugh shit, man. Come on. Nick the Vice, thank you, man. Amazing interview. I appreciate that, man. I really do. Thank you. Dratheus, I believe you said it, Dan. From what I've heard of his last name pronounced by Stephanie at least, lol. I wasn't sure before I heard her say it. Nick Apostolides. Can I have a shot of vodka, Dan? Well, what time is it over there? Is it 6 p.m.? Can I give you a shot? Is it Friday 6 p.m. over there? We got some really cool sets coming, guys, for this show. And I took some feedback. Some people said, I prefer the old format. So I incorporated, as you would have seen, I did incorporate some of that old format into this show just then, just to try and balance it out. So for people that like the new and old, geez, I'm sick. Had to miss an engagement party yesterday. Just couldn't put anyone at risk. I'm so no, I don't want to give this to anyone. I'll tell you right now what I've got. I've been down and out for a week and a half, 2 weeks now. Yeah, Just Vincent Dan, please make Dead Space content for the remakes. Yeah, man, I'll definitely make Dead Space when the game comes out and comparing the first one. I might even play through all three live on stream. I think that'd be a lot of fun. We just opened up from our COVID restrictions, yeah, Lenny? Where are you from? Where are you from, Lenny? Where are you talking to? You're doing the God's work for us RE fans, Unorthodox Gamer. It's my pleasure. Absolute pleasure. Plenty more to come. Yeah, there's some great channels out there. Residents of Evil is one. Ink Ribbon. Sphere Hunter. Some great Resident Evil channels out there. So to be in that conversation with some of you guys is a real treat for me. Dan, you need to play RE0. I know. I got to play Revelations 1 and 2 for the first time, and I got to play 0. Yeah. 1 a.m. here. Thanks for the amazing interview, Artravel. It was my pleasure. I hope you enjoyed it. Carlos, Nick, and RE4. We don't talk about that because he gets that question so much. Poor guy. Because people are just so excited for this game and it's been leaked. It is being worked on. That's confirmed pretty much. There's a leak. I did a video on it. You can check it out. RE4 Remake. But, he gets hassled about this game all the time. It makes, you would think it is him working on it. Personally, I think he's already shot it. He wouldn't tell me. He wouldn't tell anyone because he's under an NDA and he's a smart man. But if I was a betting man, I think he's either working on it now or he already has shot it. Which is exciting, but I'm just speculating, by the way. I don't know anything. So, and he, the last thing he wants is, if he was working on it, to spill the beans. Poor guy. That could be, very detrimental to his career or anything like that. So we don't want to even go near it. We don't even want him to, to slip anything. We want the surprise of that trailer when it eventually comes. Thanks for hosting the interview, Dan. That was awesome. Chicken Nugget Moment. The Chicken Nugget Moment. What a channel name. The Chicken Nugget Moment. Resident Evil 6 was poggers. Not gonna lie. Yeah, I'm gonna be playing through RE6 again. I'm just going through 4 now, then 5, then 6, and 6. I'm interested to go back. I've played through it a couple of times, but it's been a while, so I'm interested to see how it plays. Very interested, very curious. Very sorry, Dan. I wish you the best with your recovery. Thank you. I wish they would release all 3 in a collection. Dead Space? Yeah, that'd be cool. Canada. Oh, yeah. Lanny, you from Canada? It's 8 a.m. in Malaysia. Shit. Have you been to bed? 7 a.m., John. Wow. Thanks for the channel. Thanks for the Shiva interview. Forgot her name at the moment, but that was great. What a cool person. Yeah, Eva. Yeah, she was fantastic. Great person. Great personality. Really enjoyed that one. She was fantastic. Phila, love your interviews, Dan. Thank you, Phila. Appreciate it. Unorthodox Gamer, we're going to get Revelations 3 soon. Yeah. We're getting Revelations 3 very soon. You know, I did a video on that as well. Outrage is the title they're going for. That sort of code name title. Outrage. Yeah, Revelations 3. It's happening. It's being worked on. When's it coming? I'd love it to come this year. There's nothing out. This is so barren. It's a barren wasteland of games right now. There's nothing out. I mean, there's nothing out. That's why I'm going back and playing some of the Resident Evil games. So it's one of those interesting times as a content creator. Very barren year at the moment, but we've got some good games coming. Far Cry, hopefully, Battlefield, Call of Duty, you know, Halo, all that stuff. So there's a couple of good games. Horizon Forbidden West. Don't think it's coming this year. Yeah, it wouldn't be cool. They said, look, Revelations come in September. I mean, that'd be awesome, but probably next year. Probably coming next year. No, Dean, great questions. Thanks as always for stopping by. Why am I drinking water when I'm at the bar? I enjoyed Outbreak. You did, Brent? Imagine if RE4 Remake was Code Veronica and RE4's story. Yeah, I've heard that a lot, McJournal. I've actually heard that a lot. A lot of people saying, are they gonna mix the two there? Gonna mix the two story wise? I'm not sure. Look, I heard that Claire Redfield's making an appearance in RE4 Remake. That's what I've heard. In some capacity. Not sure how, why. In my opinion, for RE0, I don't think the plot is great. It doesn't work well for a game leading into RE1, but it is still fun. Aside from the item placement deal, it has a nice enough feel, good soundtrack. Yeah, the game's fun. I 100% agree. The game's fun. Story-wise, it falls flat. There's no doubt about that. There's no doubt. But it's still a fun game. I still enjoyed it. Even though I haven't played it. I enjoyed watching it. But I'm sure I'll enjoy playing it. But yeah, I mean, I can't... it's been a few years since I think I watched a playthrough. I don't know whose playthrough. I think it was a non-commentary one. So I could try and immerse myself. I don't usually do that. I usually play through games. I've got a friend who just watches playthroughs and never plays the games. And even watches, you know, not just the cutscenes. I just couldn't do that for everything. I want to be behind the controller. Go tell Arnie Rhodey. Oh, okay. Go tell Ann Rhodey. Go tell Ann Rhodey. Thank you, Miguel. I appreciate it. If you guys are on Twitch, head over to Danlin Gaming on Twitch. I might start co-streaming or doing something over there. Dan, make Ghost of Tsushima Island videos. Yeah, I thought about that. I don't know how much content there is there, just Vincent. Yeah. We'll see. Have you ever interviewed Alison Court? Never. I'm trying to get in contact with her, Miguel. Dan, thank you for all the interviews. I hope you get better and feel great soon. Keep up the great work. Carlos, you're a legend. Appreciate it. Yeah, it's that time of the year, Daniel. It's just sort of meandering along, you know. Not much is happening, but you got to make it work, you know, as a content creator. And water at the bar, smart idea, really. Yeah, especially if you're behind the bar. Probably shouldn't be drinking on the job. And someone told me why I've got a gaming chair behind the bar. I mean, no one's turning up to this. I think it's a pretty cool set. There's no one here besides you guys. I mean, who's next? CK. We got Ruben Langdon next. That's going to be a fascinating chat with Ruben Langdon. He did the mocap for Chris Redfield for a lot of games, but he also is known for Dante from Devil May Cry. He's the voice of Dante. So he's going to be on next. That's the next. And then also a couple of random ones. But the voice of Mario and Luigi, a couple of other characters, he's coming on. The voice of Mario. Can you believe it? He's going to come on the show. So a bit different from Resident Evil, interviews. But he's going to come on. Don't know if any of you have played Mafia 3. Lincoln Clay, the actor behind Lincoln Clay. He may come on the show. I'm working out Heisenberg meets Heisenberg. You know how I talked about that? Face versus voice. They're going to meet for the first time on this show sometime in August. Daniela Aiko, the face of Donna Beneviento. So there's a lot of good guests down the pipeline that we're working on. Microsoft Flight Simulator, Dan. Yeah, I've played it. I just couldn't really land the plane. I got off the ground eventually, but I just couldn't land the plane. Couldn't land the plane, man. What do you say about the newly released game Stray? Is it a stray cat simulator? It actually looked pretty cool, Vincent. That Stray game. I didn't mind it. I think it looked pretty cool. And I'm a dog person over a cat. Like over cats, personally. But this game looked actually alright, yeah. Love to catch a Revelation stream. Yeah, Dean, check it out. I'm sure I will be doing it eventually. Because, it'll be cool to, you guys to see my first reactions to it all. Never seen it, never played it. So I think that'd be fun. Also, wouldn't mind playing through the Silent Hill series and Dead Space on stream. Thank you for the content, Dan. We appreciate you. Thanks, Baron. Appreciate it. Appreciate you. Mario in Resident Evil 9 now. Nick. Very funny. Yeah, Mario and 9. Fucking hell. Don't think we're going to see that, man. Thanks for the laugh, though. Thank you, CK. I met Heisenberg, Bryan Cranston. Nice. Yeah, I'm not talking about that Heisenberg. I'm talking about Carl Heisenberg. What do you think about Days Gone 2 being cancelled, Dan? Yeah, Daniel. I see you've got a Days Gone little logo there. You're a big fan. Do you ever watch my videos, Daniel, on Days Gone? Did some really cool videos on that. I was quite proud of some nice little experiments on that game. Very sad, man. I hope they get to Deuce 2 because they could have really nailed it. I look at Days Gone 1 like Uncharted 1, where they were finding their feet, and with a sequel, they could have knocked it out of the park. I thought the story was great in Days Gone as well. Really kept me going along. And it really got invested in that story. Really got invested. I thought Days Gone was fantastic. Personally, yeah. Really sad to see that not come through. Love the channel. I used to want to be a sound designer for video games. Any thoughts on interviewing game music composers? Yeah, I mean, I'd love to. A couple of ones that come to mind. Austin Wintory is one. Love to sit down with him. Journey is an incredible soundtrack that he did. Mario and RE game, never would have guessed. What's your Twitch name? Dan Allen Gaming on Twitch, yeah. Silent Hill's amazing, yeah. You guys played through that? Yeah. There was a mod for Lady D as Thomas the Tank Engine, so perhaps Mario. Thanks, Chicken Nugget. I appreciate it, man. Yeah. I appreciate it, brother. I've been a fan since junior high school, John. Wow. Really? It's a good game. I wish PT would have worked out. What are you serving, Dan? Miles. Well, I've actually got to go. I just can't keep going. My voice is killing me. But hopefully I'm better by the 4th, 3rd, 5th when we're talking to Ruben Langton. Make sure you tune into that, guys. Plenty more videos to come. Really appreciate your support, guys. Thank you for tuning in and thank you for enjoying it all. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you're enjoying the new format. Some really cool stuff on this format. This new news show, live set. I hope you're enjoying it, guys. But If you could, do me a favor, leave a like on the video. I'd appreciate it. And just keep kicking ass, guys. Keep kicking ass. Take care.